I'm a 29-year-old woman, and I've spent most of my life avoiding my older sister, who's 33. Growing up, it felt like she had some kind of magical power over our family. She could do no wrong, and I was always the one to blame, no matter what happened. If something broke, it was my fault. If she was upset, it was because of me. Even when it was clear she was lying, my parents would take her side. She was the golden child, and I was the scapegoat. It wasn't just at home. My sister made sure to ruin things for me outside the house too. She spread rumors about me at school, turning friends against me before I even realized what was happening. I remember walking into the cafeteria once, and everyone at the table moved away because she'd told them I was weird or mean. I didn't even know why at the time. It was like she enjoyed watching me squirm. My teachers, my friends' parents, everyone seemed to trust her over me. She had this perfect, sweet persona that no one could see through, except me. At home, my parents worshipped her. They believed every story she told, no matter how absurd. Once, she broke a vase while dancing in the living room. She pointed at me and said, "She pushed me." I wasn't even in the room, but my parents didn't care. I got grounded for 2 weeks. This kind of thing happened so often that I stopped even trying to defend myself. What was the point? By the time I turned 18, I was done. I packed up my things and left for college, determined to build a life far away from them. I didn't cut them off completely, but I kept my distance. I'd send a polite text on birthdays or holidays, but that never went home. Not even for Christmas. It was just easier to stay away. And it worked. Without them, I finally started to thrive. I found a career I loved, made real friends, and built a life where I felt valued and respected. I stopped doubting myself every second of the day. My confidence grew, and for the first time, I felt happy. Meanwhile, my sister stayed in our hometown. She got married young, had 2 kids, a boy who's now 10 and a girl who's 8. And from what I heard through the grapevine, her life was pretty chaotic. Then, out of the blue, she reached out to me a few weeks ago. She said she wanted to reconnect, for the sake of the kids. She played it off like she just wanted her kids to know their aunt, but I was skeptical. I hadn't heard from her in years, and now she suddenly wanted to catch up. Still, I agreed to meet her. I figured it couldn't hurt to at least see my niece and nephew. Maybe I could be a positive influence in their lives, even if I had to deal with her nonsense. We met at a cafe, and the kids were adorable. They were so full of energy and questions, asking about my job, my hobbies, and even my favorite color. But my sister dominated the conversation. She kept steering it back to our childhood, dropping little comments about how difficult I was as a kid. She laughed as she told stories about how I supposedly ruined family vacations or caused trouble at school. I didn't bother correcting her. It was clear she wasn't interested in the truth. She just wanted to make herself look good. After the meeting, something unexpected happened. The kids started asking to see me again, without their mom. At first, she made excuses, saying they were too busy with school or activities, but they were persistent. Eventually, she gave in and let me take them to the park. That's when things started to get interesting. The kids were full of questions. They asked about my childhood, repeating things their mom had told them. "Mom says you always got in trouble," my nephew said. "Is that true?" I kept my answers simple and neutral. I told them about how I loved to read and how I spent most of my time in my room because I liked the quiet. They seemed surprised. I could tell they were starting to notice the gaps in their mom's stories. Over the next few weeks, I spent more time with them. We went to the zoo, played board games, and baked cookies at my place. They started to open up, telling me little things about their home life. It was clear they adored their mom, but they were also starting to see her flaws. My niece, especially, seemed curious about the differences